Welcome to Albion TV presents the AO Daily Show, your source of real news in an unreal world. Keeping you up to date on the latest news, events, and the great community of Albion Online. Today is Tuesday, the 12th of October, 2021. I am your host, the Shozen One, and joining me today, still, Bogul.
Still?
Well, I mean, you're leaving later in the week, is what I'm saying. You've got. Well, I'm kind of like teeing you up to say, yeah, I'm not gonna be here for a little while. I'm going on vacation.
Next week, this Thursday.
Thursday.
Next week as well. You're right. Yeah, but it's not today. It's not yet. I'm still here, guys. I'm still here. And I will be for the rest of the week, and then we still have some cool stuff to show. So, not yet. You're how do you say when you're happy too early? I think there's like a saying for that in every language.
Excited, super excited.
No, like when you're too excited about something too early, and then something goes wrong, and you're like, should have been so excited about Bogul leaving. Okay, then. Wow. No comment. What's on the show today? What's a community show? Says in the title. We promised people a teaser actually today. We do have a image or two of some of the new Biome art reworks.
Yes, you really like teasing this thing. You're really excited about the art. I guess that's what we should say is like you're really excited about the new art changes to Albion. You have this of all the things I think in the new content update. This is the thing that I've seen you to be most eager for.
I've looked at Albion for many years now, and when you upgrade the looks of things, it's something you that influences your gameplay all the time, basically, right? So, and then if it looks good, then it's like a plus on top. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and it wasn't easy to get it approved, right? But we've had the tweet from Robin Henkes, the CEO of Albion. No, the CEO of Sandbox Interactive. I keep saying he's the CEO of Albion. That's kind of he teased the dev talk. He said, "I'm recording a dev talk. I'm going in for another one soon," and we took that opportunity and went like, hey, okay, you're doing that, let's send us pictures. And then it kind of worked out.
It often works out. They're very nice guys. They're pretty easygoing, Bogul.
Yeah, but if we will do that showcase at the middle or towards the end of the show, right? Yeah, we do have some other things to talk about. There's some things to remind people of. We got to do business first.
Yes, Bogul, it's time to remind people it's the energy surge season and the points have gone crazy.
I thought you're going to go, it's time to remind people about Ravels, but sure, energy surge season.
Oh,
okay.
They're well, Bogul, they don't need me to remind them. I can read chat.
Surge season. Yep, started a while ago, 6 weeks long season. Special prizes at the end, which is the qualification for the next season. Depending on how many season points you arrive at the end of the season, you may have a HQ hideout spot. Can I say guaranteed? No, right? You can say you have the right to place one at the next season 14.
Right.
So people are trying to get up in the rankings. The top 600 guilds may qualify if they have more than 10,000 points. So everybody's out and about fighting. And it's been crazy. You said it's double points already. We're progressing in the season.
Yeah, we've been seeing what is actually turned out to be a fairly competitive season so far. If you open up the season rankings real quick, I mean, before we get too involved in anything else, I want to show the Lonely Men and Doom here that have been fighting back and forth so far this season, and it's very exciting. And we keep saying, "Oh no, the Lonely Men aren't going to be able to do this because Doom's got all these, CGVG teams, right?"
Hmm.
But the Lonely Men are now 9,000 points ahead, Bogle. The last time we watched them, we were watching Doom tick up because of those CGVG teams that they have. This is going to be a very interesting situation, and we do actually have something. Why don't we just got a brand new piece of news earlier today, so I kind of want to go into this a little bit early. It's going to take a little bit of time to go over. I know we're during our PSAs, but I think now is a good time to go over this, because I think this is like one of those pieces of news that's kind of a warning. It's like, PSA, guys, be aware, from this point on, you need to know this.
I mean, we're talking about season points, right? And the
Yes.
ways to acquire season points is, doing, for example, going into the Outlands, taking castles, taking outposts, holding territory, raiding mages. And, I think that's where you want to go, right? The energy multipliers for siphoned mages, the announcement from Prince Caspian.
Yes, we're talking about the announcement from Prince Caspian here on the how do I say this? But can you just read it from Prince Caspian? Because I feel like if I try to explain this, I will murder it, and I'm going to explain in chat right now to some guy why his raffle isn't showing up.
Well, basically, there was the situation where we have double points now. You mentioned it earlier. And when you raid Siphon Mages, they don't drop double energy, right? Usually when you get season points, you also get the Siphon energy as something for your guild to use or to sell. And as it is right now, that is actually qualified as a bug. The seasonal multipliers will affect the siphon energy drop going forward. And he went to the forums and just clarified that. For the current season, starting with the last invasion day, October 9th, points and energy generated have been subject to a multiplier 2x, but energy dropped has not. So that's the current point of confusion. And the rules announced earlier cause this to be now a bug, right? It will be fixed with maintenance October 13th, which is tomorrow. The upcoming triple and quadruple multipliers on October 23rd and 30th will apply not only season points, but also all siphon energy generated and dropped by siphon mages. And for season 14 and beyond, energy generated and dropped will be subject to the same multiplier. Yeah, that is quite important to know. If you wondered why your mages that you've been raiding drop only half of the points. Nice quick fix though. Like I think that was discovered only a few days.
Yeah, and they're very quick at this, and I'm very excited to see people start raiding mages and being rewarded individually for this as well, because this drops the energy right into their pockets. Well, on the ground in a bag, and you know how much people love bags and picking up stuff off the ground.
Yeah. I mean, that's if you think about it, Invasion Day was this weekend, right? And the double points started on Saturday. So they noticed that was happening over the weekend and slammed that fix into the patch within 2 days. 3 days, which is kind of nice, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty quick. I like it. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So we're getting some interesting information here about how the Lonely Men have gotten ahead of Doom here. We're getting a little bit of mixed information, but it sounds like Doom at least lost a few of its level 7 towers. And maybe one of them may have gone to the Lonely Men. And we do know the Lonely Men are making their money largely from castles, towers, mage raiding, and such like that.
Open world tactics being used? Can't believe it, Shozen. Like, stealing other people's towers for season points for siphon energy? I think that's a game mechanic that exists.
It is. I've actually, one of the things I've been in favor of is finding ways to encourage players going forward in the future seasons anyway, to be able to attack towers as one of the main sources of season points that you can take from somebody else, to maybe even speed up the rotation at which you get rewarded for holding your tower, so that if you take it and can hold it for a short period of time, you can still get a reward from it rather quickly, instead of having to wait until the reset days.
Interesting idea. Yeah. Okay.
I like the idea of more point destruction when you take it.
Yeah.
And a bigger handoff as well, so that like the if you own it, you don't want to give it to your friend because it destroys so many points, right? But if you're fighting against somebody, just taking it is a good way to destroy the points that they would have, even if you can't hold it, even if you don't think it's something you can keep for a long period of time.
Sounds mean.
Yeah, I'm a mean kind of guy when it comes to gameplay.
Okay. These gankers. Yeah, okay. Let's how do we get back from the Lonely Man and season points and people fighting it out at the Energy Surge season? We only have less than a month, I think, left in the season, right? So the action is on the way. It's 26 days, 15 hours to be exact.
Yeah. The next invasion day is only 2 weeks away.
2? Wow.
You're looking it up, aren't you? You're like, wait, what?
Well, sort of. And then there's triple, double, quadruple points as well. I think the season's going to go crazy. I think we only have seen the beginning, and I'm sort of giddy for the rest. Because there might be very, very undervalued or people that we might not have on the radar coming up soon. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if people expected the Lonely Men and Doom to be the two that came out right away and started fighting, for season control here and to be first. I think it's very cool. And today we saw a 5-way battle, Bogul. So it's so incredibly different right now than it's ever been. We have seen time and time again for almost, I would say, for the last 2 years, coalitions forming where it feels like half the game is going against the other half of the game, right? And it created a certain kind of gameplay where large armies would meet in a singular location, and generally they would fight just as much for position inside of a territory as they would to beat each other on the field of battle. And now we're seeing something completely different. We're seeing fights that range across 4, 5 zones, between 3, 4, even 5 different groups fighting each other in either a single zone or in 2 zones. And it's very, very cool. And the people who are playing in it are having the time of their lives and absolutely loving Albion right now. And I'm getting just incredibly positive feedback for the way this feels to be involved. When people start calling us and they're like, hey, we got a fight coming up in, a few minutes, they actually believe they're going to get that fight, because they're not seeing that cluster queue dance anymore, where it was, okay, we've brought our 300 guys to battle. We're going to try to put 50 people into the zone right now to force the other group to try to put all their guys in the zone, so that then we can take the other 250 of our guys to force them into the zone from 2 different directions, hopefully in an attempt to skew the queue in my favor and knock out a bunch of their guys who weren't expecting to be knocked out. And then we'll have our original 50 guys at the door so that we can smash them when they port through. That wasn't fun gameplay. But what is fun gameplay is taking your 70 guys and trying to weave them through 3 different groups of 70 guys while everybody is against everybody, and looking for an advantage of how can they get the big clap and keep their defensive rotations up. It's very fun to watch. It's very fun to participate in. And this is even before the new headquarters come in, the HQs come in, which really kind of protect you a little bit from the political drama. It's very exciting.
What a sales pitch.
I know, that's what I'm here for.
I was like, yeah, got something to it. Yeah, yep, does have a nice ring. Wow, I should be playing more Albion.
Well, I mean, it's time to hype this up. Time to get excited. And I mean, if you're not hyped If you're
Yeah,
a
you're
player
right.
who's
You're
been
right,
involved
yeah.
in the Outlands right now, like just if you're one of those guys who's been stuck in a rental empire, or you've been on the wrong side of a cluster queue for the last 2 years, you're seeing the shit that's going down right now. Everybody getting content across multiple like time zones and different like periods across the world, in zones across the entire game right now, and people are excited and they know that the big update is yet to come. I mean, it's like everybody was expecting, oh, when BA like leaves and you know there's that power vacuum, it's the empire of PoE is going to run in and claim what was BA's, and it's going to be a big giant stagnant blue donut. That hasn't happened. It hasn't happened at all. Like we've seen just fire across the world, and it's awesome. NA Tybers are uber dead. Bear Glove, you dare not say such a thing. I will say, Bogle, I have to agree with him a little bit on that. We watched the NA reset.
Mm-hmm.
Not comparable to the EU.
Oh, I
The
was
EU
asleep.
that I saw, you were there with me.
Yeah, I was awesome.
Probably one of the most exciting invasion days we have ever seen in the history of Albion invasion days. And then the NA was Resident Sleeper.
Oh, I guess that's you can watch that back, right? There's the VOD still here up on Twitch and on YouTube as well. I think since yesterday. So if you want to watch some big scale action, that's where you could go to watch that back. But yeah, let's move on from hyping up the current status quo to talking about the future. You kind of mentioned update, right? But we were poking around actually. What can we do for the show? What's coming up? What can we talk about? And we did sort of figure out that tomorrow there's a planned patch day. And I think we want to talk about that a little bit because it does have some implications for some of the weapons that get a rework actually. So patch 11 scheduled, things can always happen, right? The server can explode at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody can stumble over a wire and then accidentally fall into a computer and then trip on the keyboard, and then that way a bug gets into the client, right? These things can happen. So
things can happen.
Yeah.
We've seen it before.
So let's bring that patch up real quick.
All right.
Before
Bring it up,
we do another raffle and then go on to art. Because I really
also
want
have
to get
I have a couple other things. Bogle?
Yeah.
We also have to make sure we plug our sponsor.
Sure. We can do that later. We can do that, right before the teaser. You know how good advertisement other shows do that when they have this big announcement thing, and then right before the big announcement,
call us an advertisement? Is that what you were gonna do?
No, yes. We totally do. Anyways, the point is that I'm saying is, dude, when we have the big thing to show, then we've plugged in a little bit of that mount skin that you can see here right on screen.
Yes,
stuff like that. Gotta do business, man. Let's talk about patch 11.
Well, let's tune into the content guy, Judge Nutmeg over here with his nice bear.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm worried that the part that's cut off is not safe for forums or something.
It's me.
What?
Okay. Never mind. Just continue with what you were going.
Anyway, patch 11 supposedly happening tomorrow. We talked about the first part of this already. Black zone improvements. Now you can see when you hover over territories, the quality level of the zone, which is important for the next season. I skipped over the season statue for BA that's supposedly coming in. We wanted to look at it on the test server, but it's not there. So that's going to be a surprise tomorrow, hopefully. And some faction UI stuff. The duel changes pretty big. So if you are on a different height level, then you can't do duels anymore.
Oh,
yeah.
I think that's probably for the best.
Well, I think you can still do it, but if you go up, then you run away, right? Then
you lose.
Yeah.
I hope that some scammers don't listen to the patch notes and find out the hard way that this works that way.
Imagine a dual scammer.
Does that make me a bad person?
With like a 5 million scam or something, and then, oh wait, what's going on? Get scammed back. Let's go.
Yeah.
No, but the big thing is the combat balance changes, right? And it does include a few reworks to certain skills and weapons. We just want to mention it briefly because it does affect gameplay tomorrow. First things first, Arcane. Do you just want to read the comments from Retro and then skip it over, or do you think that will take too long?
Well, I think we can. There's some of them that we should. I really think this Arcane change is honestly quite huge, and that we should like discuss this a little bit. Arcane, the Locust has been a staple of ZVZs for as long as I can remember. Okay. I remember when Mojo was one of the first guys to bring it out and start using it, and he wasn't the first, but he was in, BA, which was very noticeable at the time. And you saw a huge shift as that happened with so many more, Locusts being used, and it has been there since forever, right? It's now just part of it, right? But Bogul, it did a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, it's something you joke about sometimes, which is like the good Zergs use support weapons. And the Locust is the support staple. So much so that is considered almost too strong going forward, because it serves a dual role, because the front line that got engaged, or when you engage, you can cleanse and remove all enemy and friendly debuffs, right? Enemy buffs and friendly debuffs. So it comes with a double role as offensive and defensive support. So to encourage more considered decisions in these situations, the purge effect of the void has been removed. So that opens the ZVZ meta to other support weapons with less focus on a single item, and however, the max target count for Motivating Cleanse was increased, which is the other skill, to make it more useful in larger scale fights. So that's important, right?
Yes. So, Motivating Cleanse now affects 10 players, so you still have like a cleanse. And then we also have the Purge on the one-handed. So there's already a Purge available. Now you have the Void, which is also going to cleanse and buff. So it's really kind of changing it up a little bit to make that you have at least more more interest in bringing more weapons. And part of this is actually, you'll find this now over in the curse staffs. The enfeebling, I'm sorry, which one is it? I'm going to get this one wrong. Enfeebling Blades has one change, but it's the life curse staff. That's the one that gets the purging for the AoE fights, right?
We sort of skipped over the crossbow explosive mine. It just has more damage again.
Boom.
Yeah. But yeah, that's sort of, you mentioned the curse thing. The change to life curse is to sort of make up for that potential loss of that role of purging enemies. And life curse was underused.
Yeah, you could say that for sure.
As the whole thing as well was. So it was reworked into a ground target area, purging enemies unhit. And the Locust is now cleanse only. The life curse can take over that role. Channeled ability, 15 range, uninterruptible. So interesting. Purger.
Yeah. Absolutely.
New role in ZVZ's question mark? I don't know. Maybe.
Yes. So I'm not going to say anything, Bogul. I'm going to say, go try it out yourselves tomorrow or Thursday.
Yeah. Okay.
Soon.
Yeah, soon.
Bogul, I'm thinking we're going to see this in chokes, and it's going to be nasty.
Hopefully. I like pulling out some of the underused weapons from the cupboard and going like, all right, you go. It's and that applies to the next one as well. Fire staffs. A wild fire staff. What even is that, Shozen?
Pull it up on the Destiny board.
I mean, when you're lucky, it says wildfire. staff in there. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't know it existed.
Yeah, see fire. And
Okay, so we're going into fire, and
there it is.
it's not that one. It's the second one.
Yeah, the
Y-
one-handed other thing that
Mm.
does come with a magma sphere.
What now?
Meatballs.
No, this one's this is the rolling one, Bogle.
Isn't it? Isn't it? What's the meatball then?
That's the one that falls from the sky.
That's no. Chat, help.
Meteor, Bogle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brimstone.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is getting a rework. The magma sphere is getting a big rework. Because it has struggled to find a valuable spot in group compositions. Its core mechanic means it's not good for very small scale fights, while large scale combat it's outshone. That's a word. Is that a word? Outshone?
Yeah, outshone. Yeah.
Learn something every day by other
Well, it's to
DPS
outshine
options.
in the past. Outshone.
Okay. To give it a specific DPS sub-role, specifically to punish enemy front lines. The burning effect now ignores armor and deals 3.75 of max health per ticket's damage. This makes it more desirable against tanks and heavy armored players.
I like this. See, I like the idea of having like certain skills be more effective against tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's enough as a viable point. Yeah. No need to say more. Yeah.
I agree with. But it's good.
Yeah. This fits the ability to design better, as the rolling magma sphere is quite difficult to land on the enemy's backline, but much better suited to punishing overextended front lines. Faster projectile speed, slower cast time, higher instant damage, and a percentage-based damage, which is scary.
And we looked at this, and it gets real scary. Yeah, we started looking at this, and I think it was Tazik and I were looking at this the other day on Tuesday of last week. It's now Tuesday again. We might even talk about this again tonight during I guess we should plug it now, the 5v5 Tuesday show at 20 UTC. Yeah, we will be here with the great Tazik. He'll be joining us, and we will be watching some 5v5s, including level 5s. So do tune in for that in between the rounds when we don't have additional content to watch. We do kind of break down some of the builds that we are seeing and changes that go in with the great Tazik, who is much more informed and understanding of how this actually affects the game of Albion.
But that's a ZVZ change, right? During the 5v5 show, we mostly focus on the 5v5 effect of these changes. And I think the next one we have on the list, the hammer change, is sort of dialed towards that, where some of the strong hammer has been tuned down a little bit. You know, less resistance reduction, less damage, higher cooldowns for the geyser, and, you know, shorter stuns. The hammer is very, very popular in 5v5s.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that comes from.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of things I really do want to hit on quick, because I did look at the time that we've got here, Bogle, and I think we need to hit the holy staves,
That's
the
a lot of
nature
text.
staves. Oh yeah, I know it's a lot, but that's why we have to read it, because there's some big changes to holy, because the holy has some interesting positions and luck.
All right. Holy staffs. Healers in Albion offer a strong sustain, meaning that they have the tools to prevent their group members simply being burst down in group fights. As a result, healers are usually designed without a lot of damage in their kit, and thus are encouraged to use their Q slot either for full sustain or additional damage. However, there is also the option to go full sustain and get damage from other sources, such as potions, capes, or armor. To balance this approach, base damage output has been reduced when equipping a healing staff. So that's holy and the nature, as we see down here. To balance this approach, no, healers can negate this penalty by using the damage ability on the Q slot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this change should reinforce the original intention of the healer, but to choose between sustain and damage. Okay. And we get a rework for Flash Heal
Mhm.
with a actual cooldown.
Yep.
And that is, you know,
A
another thing.
rebalanced high impact heal.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Another rebalance on the E line ability on Holy. Wow. This is going to make people with Holy having to read patch notes, man. That's a lot. Okay. Equipping Holy Staff reduces all damage by 50%. Smite
Mhm. Now
increases
increases caster's damage by 50% for 8 seconds, which means that they would have standard damage for 8 seconds.
and caster's damage is, you know, including potions and capes, and that's
Mhm.
the point.
And yeah, so Bogle, do you remember how we kind of go and look at corrupted dungeons occasionally, right? And we go in and I try to always find out what's the worst thing to play against. Like what currently is the most aggravating to lose to? A lot of changes have been made to corrupted dungeons to make them less kitey, like less about this sustain build that would, you know, take multiple opportunities to kill you over time and make it very unfair for you, right? Like, or very unenjoyable having like a 20-minute long engagements against like an ironclad that would engage you 11, 12, 13, 14 times and lose every time but the last one, because every time they messed up or you did well, they would stun you, run away, get all their health back, and then come back and fight you again and take another go at it. But we were seeing now, after all those changes with the mephits, the bats that slow you down and have the stacking debuff that decreases your speed and overall health. What players were doing as healers was just not caring about that at all. Like, not caring at all about the debuff. And what they would do is they would just run in and engage with you, throw a poison pot, keep you engaged in combat, and run away, and continue to run away while healing themselves and like just auto attacking you occasionally to keep you into a combat state. So you never quite got the regen while they were able to heal themselves and deal with the debuffs of the mephits. But now they can't just constantly recycle and use 7 or 8 or 9, poison pots on you and not worry about those methods.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play corrupted much, but that should shake up that meta as well. Oh, okay, cool.
But now the idea is, if you want to be a healer, it's not to ruin the healer, right? But now if you want to be a healer who does that, you have to run smite. So you can't just sit there and, flash heal yourself.
Yeah. Shozen, I'm looking at the time.
Yeah, I know we got to move through some of this stuff, don't we?
And I think we need to make the executive decision to pull a raffle. I mean,
I did.
I mean, to skip over the patch notes of patch 11 and talk about
one last thing. One last thing.
Okay.
We got to hit one last thing. If we're gonna go, I want you to go all the way down to the mounts. The tower chariot.
Yes.
One of the weaker battle mounts in the game.
The reward for the energy surge season.
Right. That didn't feel like a good reward because it was so weak, right? They're redoing it. They're re-examining it, looking at how to buff it and make it more useful overall. And that's what we're seeing with these changes. Now, I can't tell you exactly how it works because I did not attend the test.
I mean, it looks like it's going to be, a energy restore sort of thing, which I have a hard time judging from, but it's potentially good for supporting your backline. I don't know how good it is if you have like super mana hungry melee dudes, and if it would make sense to run around on the front line, but I think it's like I don't know if the energy cloud is as a targeted ability or like around the thing.
Well, the thing is, Bogle, we haven't seen very much of it, so we don't really know how it works.
Not really, like ever. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's one of the most rarely used battle mounts in the game, and that's why I was so shocked to see it coming in as the energy surge reward, but it looks like it's getting a rework to give it a niche in ZVZs, and I don't want to judge it until we see it, or we can like I don't even want to really talk about it. Well, it's going to be out tomorrow, right? It'll be fixed tomorrow. It's going to be like the changes will go in for the ones that already exist tomorrow, and people can judge for themselves. And then tomorrow, maybe we can talk to Robin about his experiences testing it.
We could also just watch some ZVZ tomorrow and hope that somebody
Well,
uses
we'll see.
it.
Hopefully, you see it because I imagine that some of the people who tested it might be pulling it out.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I can't. Like, I don't want to.
Right,
Like,
right.
I don't want to break that vow.
Let's do
another raffle. Okay. I do want to shout out WTF Noob, who just started following today, Bogle.
Mm-hmm.
Like 35 minutes ago, already won a raffle.
Nice.
Yeah. Lucky dude right there.
Let's go into the creative part of the world. Because there is a forum signature contest that you guys shouldn't forget because it's still running. We do have 2 new community managers, Nesnes and Shadowbrick. And as part of their entry into the Albion world, they of course miss a forum banner. And what greater opportunity than to ask the community to help them out and give away cool prizes. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Namely, 1 vanity mount from the Vanity Cash shop of your choosing, not the bundle though, and 3 months of premium. And there will be runner-ups as well for 1 month of premium if you design Nesnes and Shadowbrick a nice signature, not for forum signature. Shozen posted the link to the patch notes, and here's the link to the forum contest as well. Yeah, so check that out, share it around if you know somebody who is artsy and he's you know good at that stuff. Easy premium potentially.
Easy premium.
Easy.
Super easy. Yeah, just like you don't have to compete with hardly anybody except for all the artists of Albion. Bogle. Is this a segue?
It can be. It can be. Do you want to show the fan art?
Yeah, I think now is a good time for fan art. I mean, we just did some patch notes. We just did some house cleaning with some news, some events. It had something to do with art. I think now is the time to transfer over to art.
All right. I just need to make sure I don't accidentally show our teaser.
Not right away.
Of how the new biome looks.
How the current biomes look with the new art.
My bad. Yes, I shouldn't say new biome. Yes, guys. Sorry. All right, let's go. This is our we try this every week if we have enough fan art, and recently we have a lot of this. Right, we try to show off community fan art as much as we can, and we do have the Artists of Albion Discord that have a sort of challenge going on in October, and they do paint various themed artworks or put them together, and we're very happy to show these off because it's so much great stuff. We can't even fit in everything. Shozen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, instead of typing these out, I have to do a quick PSA. Your raffles count. They are deleted, however, to not fill the chat room with spam of the word raffle, because hundreds of people enter the raffle over the course of a show, and we don't want to just have it keep filling up with the word raffle over and over again. Trust me, they do still count. This way you can read chat. You're okay. It only removes raffle. Let's look at some fan art, Bogle. Let's start with Meet All the Stars. As you were saying before, the Artists of Albion are doing a special event for October where they're picking different aspects of Albion to make art of every single day. They have a new topic. And we've picked a few of them from a number of our most prominent and regular artists of Albion to show today. But we can't show them all because, Bogle, they've been making... There's like, how many people in the Artists of Albion?
I don't know. A lot.
A lot.
So you want to start out with Meet All the Stars, Get Artsy?
Yeah.
And the Carleon one, Sharkeisha. I think that's a fan art of a player, actually. Because Sharkeisha is not the person who drew this, but Meet All the Stars is. And Sharkeisha is a well-known Carleon faction, Brimstone video creator who likes to do videos that blow up people all at once. And
That is true.
And his trademark is that pumpkin head. So
Okay.
Fits very well. Fits very well.
It's the that player is the bomber we all have. Hey, Meet All the Stars is here in chat.
Yo.
Hi, Meet All the Stars.
The next one we have is from. Oh wait,
Also
this
from-
is
yeah.
a Meet All the
Yeah.
Stars showcase now.
Yeah,
I think that's like 3 or
we
4
have.
of them.
I grabbed 3 of them from him and 2 of them from Boingaroo, a few from Udachan, just to give a good mix of the different members. Nobody put them in the submissions to Albion TV this week, so I had to like steal them.
Join us and make some money. Worst faction, even worse than Thetford. Martlock. Wow. Okay.
No. Best lock, Martlock.
If you look in game, they have the highest bonus, so they're the worst.
Oh,
Bridgewatch, however,
pain.
looks nice as well.
I really like that one. I think that one looks really awesome. I think he did a great job with this. I like the Yarsh Sunblaze one. Very good. Thank you, All the Stars.
What's this? That's a different art style. Boingaroo.
So this is somebody who I have not seen before on the Artist of Albion, and they had a couple of pieces done, and they look pretty good. They're different than what we've gotten in the past, a new art style, and I love it when we see somebody who comes in and brings a new flavor to the fan art of Albion.
Yeah. Like the burning shoulder. I like looks cool. It also has a painted fingernail. It's kind of funny. And then the like it fits very well with the whole theme.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's got good use of color. I like it.
The other one is that one. Oh, that looks scary.
Mm-hmm. This one will make Mish happy. She's here in chat. She likes something slightly not safe for work. The more thigh, the better.
Chat says Boingaroo has an Insta and it's legit and an amazing artist. Okay. I don't know if you want to put that in Twitch chat unless it's Boingaroo as well. But yeah, cool stuff. Cool stuff.
Mish, I haven't seen any of your stuff for the last few days. You have to make sure you do some of the last few days and send them over for next week or even Friday. We'll hit you guys up again because you guys are making so much great content right now. I think we're going to have to do it on both Tuesday and Friday of this week to show off the art that the artists of Albion are making. It's been fantastic lately. We really appreciate it.
We've had that artist on the show before.
Ooh, Udachan, yes.
Yeah. I was like, wait, this is a new art style for her, but no, it's a
little different.
The skeletons are probably hard to draw with anime faces. Is what I was thinking, but I was like, oh, it looks pretty cool though. It's a little rougher sketch, but still cool. Still cool.
It's more of a shading style that I like here. She's doing something different with that, and I like it. She's got some talent, that kid.
Absolutely. That one as well. Day 3 giant from the Albion Online October. Scary. It's a lot of gray, right? But then the light really is the emphasis, and it's cool to see that experimentation style. Next one is called Gankers, and it's just like, look how she's scared with the flowers.
This one is my favorite of the 3 that she did this week. It really has so much emotion, like captured in this one, like image. Like you see the bloodlust in one, the sheer joy in another, and the preparedness of another. Like 3 different, like those guys, those kinds of players. Like the one who's just the bloodlusty guy, the guy who's always giddy about every kill, and the guy who's like, do it right way or you're gonna.
Is that a smile of a ganker? That's a smile that says, "Hey, welcome back. I made you some toast. All right, have a sit down, have a nice tea.
Well, I steal your stuff. Thank you for. Oh my God! Look, it's a gatherer.
I don't know, but
that poor gatherer, Like her face, it's
Mm.
so perfect. Clutching her flowers, like, oh no, not my cotton.
Uh,
Oh, it's the T4 baiter. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, you are so right, sir.
and then the last one is this one. That's awkward. What is this?
Well, that's Spookus. We have not seen a lot of Spookus. They're new to the artists of Albion community, from what I can tell, and Carlian faction.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Big hammer.
A lot of big things, Bogul.
Right. And then
And good luck.
that one is a scary monster by Walang ani moi apagakap. Pagkakap? Something like that.
That's better than I was gonna do. That one's scary, and I like it.
Looks like a fog sort of thing.
Mist monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the vengeful shade, 100% cloak and swagger.
Hmm.
And it looks good. It looks really good, and it feels scary. I kind of want to print this one out and like put it on my kid's wall in like a glow in the dark format
Mm-hmm.
for Halloween.
That's all the fan art we picked for today, and we only have time for the raffle. Oh no, I mean for the teaser.
Don't you dare do the teaser and not teasing.
So let's talk about biomes for a little bit.
Biomes. The places where you gather, fight, hang out, use the Hellgates, anything at all happens in a biome. We have the... Bogul, do you want to go through them?
What do you mean, the
Mountain,
biomes? We have
steppes.
Forest biome, mountain biome,
mountain biome,
steppe biome,
Steppe
swamp biome, and
biome.
highlands biome.
Highlands
I think it's
biome,
the official name,
yeah.
Now we know from the Twitters that there's a dev talk in the works, right? And we know...
Yeah, we've seen that on Robin Henke's Twitter.
That we are expected to have one that is about biomes specifically. And I'm jumping around to show the current world, right? It looks all right? The forest looks kind of neat. Just to give everybody a little bit of a reminder, refresher, what the current forests look like. Kind of cool still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a player. And before I do this, I have to go over and do this, right? It's a work in progress, everybody. Work in progress, right?
You did extra work to make that work in progress scene. I like it.
And now I just need to open the browser again. That one. Look at this.
Ooh.
It looks a little more colorful, does it?
Yeah. It's like if Disney was not Disney. If Bambi was in HD.
Bambi was in HD.
Yeah.
Look at the ground. It has different layers of green, vibrant. Did you see it on the right? The stone.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the center, the stone has a different color. Some of the trees look bigger. They grow over differently a little bit. The ground is more detailed. AOHD.
Yeah, and it's free, guys. It's free upgrade. You don't have to buy it. It's coming out free. And I'm pretty sure nobody will get in trouble for using the new update.
Yeah, the full info and more moving pictures will of course be in the dev talk. That is being worked and finished on right now. And we don't have an ETA for that one yet, though, right?
Yeah, this is not for tomorrow.
No, that's not for tomorrow. No.
This is November. I'm gonna just use the month of November. I think that's vague enough, right? Yeah, I think we'll get. I think we'll be okay with that. And I would guess that it would come sometime between the seasons. I would guess sometime in November.
Do you want to look at the other one too?
No, I think that we actually, because we showed this one and this one's so pretty, that's all. I think that's really all we need. Of course, show the other one, Bogul.
Now, that's the snow that we know and love. The very bright. Some people say you need to wear sunglasses for when you if you walk around here in the daytime. That's not bad, is it? It's not bad, is it?
No, it's well, Bogul. Wait, what are you saying about say that again? I clearly wasn't listening.
Look at the new one.
No. Show me the old one. Like, and what did you just say? Oh, you went right into Frozen. We were looking before, and now you're like, look, this is Frozen.
Has different,
like Frozen 2 as well, not like just Frozen 1, but like Frozen 2 when they were like, let's make this look real good because the music's not so good. We got to make it look prettier.
Hey, the music's good. What are you talking about?
You and Elsa are the ones who think that. It's okay.
Wow. It has
Snow
a little bit of
so much better now.
A blue purpley vibe. It does come a little bit from the glowy parts, right? Do you see the different colored rocks? Do you see the leaves have this blue tint? The mob looks kind of the same, right? We know that, but it's giving up a very different vibe. And I'm very happy that we got to get these. Like, this is,
This is really cool. I am very excited about this. I really am looking forward to what they show for everybody with the dev talk so that you guys get to see this in motion. It looks neat when it's just sitting there, right? But everybody knows Albion just looks better in motion.
Mm-hmm.
So just remember that these are going to look better in motion too. And it does. It's got a nice cell-shaded look to it that makes it pop a little bit more than it already has. It's just, it looks so... it pops. That's really what I have to say. Like, it's Albion. It's in the theme of Albion. It's the same style as Albion, but it's still got a little bit more of a popping color palette, right? Like, that just kind of makes you go, ooh, I see that.
Yeah. I think that's a little bit of a development in terms of game graphics too, like overall. I think people figured out that a little bit brighter games look cooler in certain certain angles and degrees. And
yeah, I mean, it's not going into full Overwatch, or nothing like that, but it's still like it's not the browns are a little less brown. That's how I would say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's the browns pop a little bit more orangey now. White isn't so.
We didn't even show the other three
bright
biomes yet, Shozen.
Oh, we can't.
No, we only got these two.
We were like, can we show some and tease it? And they were like, you can tease a little bit. No, they were really nice about it. I shouldn't characterize it was very cool of them to let us show some of this a little bit early and a little exclusive stuff. So thank you to the guys at SBI for letting us do that. It's fun when we get to do this. And now, though, Bogul, I think we need that 2 to 3 4-minute break before we get Tazik in here and get ready to do some 5s.
Well, if you think that teaser was alright, maybe share that VOD around in a bit, and look out for the dev talk that is in the works. That should give you some better impressions on the biomes. From what I've seen as well, it really does pop more. It looks awesome. It gives it a whole new vibe, which is amazing to see if you've looked at the same rocks for a long time. And I think a lot of you guys have done some gathering or whatever and have seen these rocks, and giving it a new dress or whatever is very nice to see. Very nice to see.
Yeah, fresh coat of paint.
Fresh coat of paint.
And I know this is I've said this before, Bogul, but this reminds me of when we got fingers.
Better, Shozen, much better.
It's probably better. I think it'll have more of an impact.
Oh, absolutely.
But thank you guys for watching the Daily Show. We will be back in just a few minutes with the 5v5 Crystal League show, where we'll be showing some of the best 5v5 players in all of Albion, as well as talking over some of the patch notes with the great Tazik. So thank you guys for watching, and we will be back again in a few, and tomorrow with an interview. So see you soon.